Alright, welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi y'all. Well, it's early Wednesday morning. Reasonably early. 4-ish. Knowing it's over 400 in my world. And yeah, well, another work day. That's okay. Had the last 2 days off. Not going to complain. Things are kind of getting back to crazy normal, I like to call it. And so there we go. Another good day. So it's Wednesdays, and that makes it Williams Wednesday. And today it's going to be Vintage Williams. Now it's Vintage Williams and my old Foley scuttle. And I don't know, I love these old scuttles. I've got 2 of these and one of another type. But they say right there on the bottom, old Foley. These were some that were made in the 80s, so they're not really the highly collectible old Foleys from years before. But they're still really neat. JR just recently got one, and hope he likes his as much as I like mine. So we're going to do that. We're going to use the boar brush, the Smog 1305. We're going to finish up with citrus musk, because citrus musk is just a must. I don't know, it's all I got this time of morning. But anyway, so we're going to use that. Now for a razor, something I haven't used in a little while I really like. I don't use a lot of newfangled stuff, as I call it, especially the newfangled single edge stuff, but there are exceptions to that. This is the exception and something that I will use. I just have it for a while. This is the TNNSER 3D. It's a 3D print of the TNNSER razor that which is Tom's no-name SE razor that Tom White made. The handle is taken from an Ender's Speed razor, I believe it was called. Now, I don't have one of those because you have to get fairly complicated to get a blade for them. You have to make a holder or something like that. I don't even fully understand the process, and I haven't used one. So anyway, that's where the handle is. An extremely comfortable handle. I really like it. The head design similar to good old SC razors, but it's a friction. It slides off, put the blade in, and I'll show you that here in a minute, and then friction holds it all together when you slide it all back on. So that's how it works. So let's see, I haven't put a blade in one in a while. Let's see if I can remember how that goes. So we put the blade flat in. It's got its place to go with little guide bumps and stuff. Be sure everything's in straight. And then you have a rail that the head slides in on. And I'm not really going to be able to show you that real good in a cell phone, but maybe you can see right over on the back right here. It's got the groove, and it all slides together. And it's easier to do that when you're looking down at it from the top. Be sure everything is in there straight, and the top will slide on. Apparently I don't have it straight. I've been known to be a lot of things, smarter among them. So let's try that again. Let's get the blade seated in there just right. Fuzzy must need more coffee this morning. Alright, so once the blade is seated in there, nice and straight, we'll slide this over. By golly. And then we slide everything up. Oop. I usually don't have as much problem with it. It's really normally not this hard to load, but it is 4 o'clock in the morning. And I haven't done this in a couple of times, a couple of days. It's been a while since I used this razor. Let's put it that way. And it's being a pain this morning. Oh, I see what I did. Yes, well, the blade actually has to sit right. Fuzzy. And then you have to have it in both sides of the rail. Normally I sail right through this. This morning, I'm being a fumble finger. Not a good thing. Alright, so everything's centered. Yada, 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 yada. And away it goes. Yes, you get everything centered. It's amazing how well it works when you do everything right. And it looks like that. Right there. Anyway, that's going to be our razor today. And this was 3D printed. As JR, I had it printed. You can actually software, I guess, to print it is they put it out. Anybody can use it. Can't do it commercially, but anybody can get the download of the necessary specs that go to the printer and then you can have it 3D printed. Remember, after you do that, you do have to take a little files and stuff and clean it up some to get everything sliding right and everything going good. That's what I've been told. I did all that for the ones that we ordered in the initial run, so I didn't have to worry about that. So that was indeed a good thing. Alrighty then. So normally I shave before I get a shower, but today I got the shower first. No particular reason why. We've already had a pretty good prep with the shower going on. Get a couple of days worth of run off here. But I wanted to mention, one of my buddies, shave buddies in Australia, sent me some soap here a while back. He sent me some shave soap. It's Washpool, Skin Wellness, and I don't know, it's got all kinds of stuff in it. Naturally good soap. But anyway, it looks kind of like this. Got a package around here. Well, this is the Shower Shave Shampoo Soap, it's called. This one's sweet orange, clove, and black pepper. And I just, for some reason this morning, popped in my head. I remembered I had this. I've had it for months. I mean, really, we've had this stuff for a long time. I've used the shave soap a couple of times. And, you know, it was good. It was a good soap. It felt good. It smelled good. My skin feels good. Not that I, worry a whole lot about moisturizing or anything like that. But it's good stuff, and it's from Australia. Queensland. I was looking, yep, Bents Road, Ballindine, Queensland, 43882. But anyway, if you're in Australia or you're around Australia or you can get stuff from Australia, the Washpool soap is not bad stuff. I was actually going to use that for a shave today, and I remember, nope, it's Wednesday. We do Williams Wednesday. And, most of the time. Alright, so let's get on to getting us a good Williams. Now this is vintage Williams. This isn't the modern stuff that everybody whines about. This is the vintage stuff that everybody raves about. And there's a reason for that. It is really good stuff, and I do understand the difference in the soaps, and I do understand this and that and the other. And I also know that this stuff is kind of pricey to find these days. You can still find the vintage stuff on like eBay. That's where I usually see it. But the people that sell it have realized that people will pay for it. It's more expensive to get it than the vintage Colgate. So if you're looking for some vintage soap and you see that it's $10 a cake, go ahead and get it. Really, they're not making any more of it. Not the vintage stuff. And, if you're an old traditional wet shaver type, and like all the old stuff and just like that kind of stuff, whatever, get it. Just, bite the bullet and go. And get it. It'll last you a while. Just put it in rotation with other soaps. It'll last. And there you go. Now, if you find the menthol of the vintage that's in the green wrapper, don't expect a lot of menthol scent or feel or anything. It doesn't have it anymore. The menthol has all gone out of the old stuff. All right. Just thought I'd throw that in. So as you can see, there's just a really good, it was a tallow first formula. There were a couple of different remixes of the formula, but they were still tallow first up until what we call the modern, which is no longer tallow first. They changed for whatever idiotic reason. And but it really was. Now the tender is just like any other razor. You're gonna find your angle, which is just like any other SC or any other razor. Angle and pressure. And once you get it, you shave. That's pretty much all there is to it. There's not a lot of mystery into this shaving thing. Angle and pressure. Well, let me tell you a little something about the state of Louisiana. In the bigger cities, metro areas, whatever, they do the, when you go to do your brake tags, inspection stickers, whatever, they check emissions and all that stuff. And I've had to deal with that before. They did that in Tucson when I lived in Tucson many moons ago. So I was told yesterday at not one, not two, but 3 different places that because I have an engine light on, they will flag. Well, listen to this. I'll be quiet talking for a minute so you can hear this razor at work. That's just pure happiness. So anyway, they tell me that because I have a check engine light on, this is my Ram, my 2011 Ram, that because I have a check engine light on, that the computer would fail me. Now, the story behind that check engine light. Everybody may remember that back in December last year, Fuzzy hit a deer going to work. Knocked the whole front grill out, everything behind the grill, the radiator, condenser, horns. He got the hood, he got one of the lights. So they replaced all that, and part of what they replaced was it's got an electric engine fan and the regular engine fan on the belt. So what the light is a couple of months or so after I got it back, it started popping up the engine light every once in a while, and then it got to where it was staying on. And it's a engine fan 2 control circuit open is what it said. Something's wrong with either the new engine fan that they put on, the electric fan, or there was a plug that goes there that had to be rebuilt because it snatched all the wires loose out of it or something. It's an auxiliary cooling fan that it doesn't even need. It runs cool, the air conditioner runs cool, everything's doing great. That has nothing to do with emissions. It has nothing to do with safety. And I've actually gone and looked up the laws and looked at what they're required to inspect. And it doesn't say anything about a cooling fan. So anyway, it's just an attempt to get more money out of me. The shops want to say, oh, we're going to sell it, so we need to fix that for you, and then you'll pass. I think I'm going to make them fail it, and then I'll go there. I'll go to the state police maybe and complain that they failed me for something that's not on the list of things they're supposed to check. I think that's what I'm going to do. Then I have one of those big honking orange "You failed" inspection stickers on it. Yeah, you get it fixed and you come back and we re-inspect it for free. You don't have to give us another $20. Yeah, horse feathers. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But, you know, I've got the Expedition, but when it rains, it pours with me. I don't know about y'all. With me, when it rains, it pours. So my Expedition, air conditioner decided to crap out right here at the start of summer. I'm hoping it's just a clutch. I've got it at my shop. I've got a shop that I use, and I'm comfortable with them. I don't think they're going to try to get money out of me. I don't need to spend, and they've had the chance a time or two, and they haven't done it. And so hopefully they're not going to try to do it this time. Hopefully if it's just a clutch, they'll tell me, hey, it's just your AC clutch. I put that on a couple of years ago. I had to redo everything. The compressor went out and had to redo the dryer and the compressor and all that stuff, and that was like an $850 repair. I was expecting a $1,000 repair, but it was $850. So I'm hoping I don't have to spend $850 again, but you never know. We'll see what happens. So there we go. Since we've been yakking, the TNNSER 3D, it does a really, really, really good job. It holds the blade sharp. It holds the blade straight. You can get a consistent angle. You can get a consistent pressure. On a sharp blade, it'll shave. Blade to blade, razor to razor. But so if you have a 3D printer, I have heard of people printing these out on their home 3D printer. There was one of the fellas in Toast. I think his son had printed him out a couple at home, and he said they did really well. I'm not smart enough to know all the materials and everything. I think it's an ABS type plastic. I've seen them that were orange. I've seen them that were made out of a clear resin. There was something about the clear one though that was harder, more expensive. I don't know. But I've seen the clear ones. I've seen them orange. I've seen them green, and all that kind of good stuff. I don't know why I'm going back over this. It feels great. Anyway, I'm just sitting here talking and shaving. But anyway, so I've seen several different ones. So if over on Toast, that's the original safety2.com. I haven't moved it over to Toast 3, but I'm going to. There is a link to the file to download the software to have your razor printed. I haven't done it. There is a local printer here that I've thought about talking to and having a few made and giving them out as gifts and stuff like that. But I haven't done it. But the software is shareware, I guess is what you would call it now. It's licensed for you to make one for yourself, or you can make one for your friends. You just can't commercially sell them, that kind of stuff. Tom didn't want anybody making money off of it. It's his design. The guy's a talented machinist. I've used some of his other razors. If you go down towards some of my earlier videos, there's one in there called the Bunny, which was a Tom design. So it's really really neat. He's done some stuff. I understand he did some DE stuff. I haven't seen him. I haven't messed with him. But he's a very talented individual, and it's really neat shaving with something like that. All right, so that's going to do me for today. I'm going to quit blathering. I got to get ready and get on to work, and hopefully I'll hear back today and find out what the good old shop says about the Expedition. Only got 188,000 miles on it. It's a 2001. I don't think that's a lot of miles on a vehicle that's that age. It's been well taken care of. And I really like driving this thing. I've had it loaned out, actually. Somebody else has been driving it for a while. And they got their own ride. And I'll have more on that probably later. I'll be saying congratulations to somebody that got it in their first vehicle. But anyway, there we go. Hey, like that. It's getting out long enough I can comb it again. And I don't know if you ever heard this story, but back before we had to start wearing masks at work, I had it grown out like to here. It was just gorgeous. And I would be sitting in meetings and catch myself with my comb out, combing my face during meetings at work. And that probably wasn't really the best thing to do. But nobody really said anything. Fuzzy's kind of weird anyway, I guess. So there we go. My sister brought me a cup from their last cruise. I appreciate that, sis. I still use it. Got a good size to it. Key West. 90 miles to Cuba. All right, there we go. So that's going to be for today. Wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, get you some Williams. Get you some vintage Williams, if nothing else. And let's join in on Williams Wednesday. Everybody should be doing Williams Wednesday. Why did you do Williams Wednesday? I did Williams Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Williams, do it. All right, we're out of here. Whoever you are, whatever you're doing, happy shaves to you.